My name is Destiny, and this is my reflection video. Um, so for the first question, discuss your preparedness for entering the field of social work. For example, considering how you felt at the beginning of the semester. Do I feel less prepared, more prepared, or about the same? Um, I think I feel about the same. When we first started this class, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I didn't even know that policies had a lot to do with social work until I started taking this class. And so now that I know that, I feel like it opens up a whole new part of social work that I didn't really know existed. I do think it's something like policy changes. I do think that's something that I will be very interested in and advocating for certain populations that I'm interested in. But I feel about the same when it comes to how prepared I am. What three topic areas or ideas presented in this course stood out to you the most? Did anything surprise you? So I did my paper, my practice paper, my 3 levels of practice paper on immigrants, and specifically on undocumented immigrants. With that, I didn't know how much social workers could help, like on an actual day-to-day basis, with translating, with advocating for them to get policies changed to benefit them. Also within like the communities. I thought that a lot of being a social worker was behind a desk, and it's not. Being behind a desk is not something that I'm really interested in, but I am glad that I have learned that it can be more than that, and there's more that a social worker can do. Another thing that really surprised me was the Nickel and Dimed book that we had to read. That was really interesting, and just realizing that a lot of people aren't poor or aren't living in poverty because they're lazy, or because they don't want jobs, or whatever the case may be. It's literally that a lot of people can't, the jobs that they do get, they still can't afford to live, and so they're constantly having to look for better jobs, or just opportunities that will help them continue to survive, because they're really surviving. They're not even like thriving in life. And also realizing that looking for a job costs money. So gas money, bus money if you don't have a car, the drug test that you might have to pay for because the employers don't pay for it themselves. So all those things tie into looking for a job and keeping one. Another thing that I learned, so I feel like I'm still learning, but I have a better understanding of what micro, meso, and macro is. I did realize after getting some feedback from my paper that I didn't really know what macro was, or I had an idea, but it wasn't the right idea. And so I hope that in our next class we'll still touch on these 3 subjects, and I can learn more and get even a better understanding of what they are, and specifically what we can do with each level. Over the course of the semester, have your interest field or population of interest changed at all? If so, how and why? If not, why? So my interests have not changed. I realized that I can be interested in more than the populations of women and children. I am really interested, and always have been, with women and children, but I also have found that I am really interested in the immigrant population, especially the undocumented, and then also the homeless population. So I've always been interested in the homeless population, but just seeing that there's more that I can do than just send them to homeless shelters or just things that I feel like are really basic. In this class, I've learned that, I mean, you can help change policies to help the homeless so they can um, not be homeless. Um, Discuss any connections you made between this course and other courses you took in the semester. So in other courses that I took in the semester, I was able to see the things that I'm learning from there, like what is micro, what is meso, and what is macro. And then when they did bring up those specific terms, I immediately knew what they were talking about, to the point where sometimes I would get confused in my classes, because I felt like a lot of it all ties in together, and you can obviously work with all like things that I learned from other classes. I can definitely use it in this class, and then the things that I've learned in this class, I can use it in other classes. Share and discuss at least one thing you learned about yourself this semester that you need to work on to succeed in the social work program. So I feel like I've been very organized, but I just feel like I need to be more organized, in the sense of I feel like I can mix all my classes together sometimes because they can be very similar. That I'm a mom, and I have other things that are responsibilities, and so being able to really organize everything needs to, like, learning how to organize things better needs to be a priority. That way next semester I can feel like I'm more successful going through the semester. And then lastly, share and discuss at least one thing you learned about yourself this semester that you think will help you be an effective social worker. Um, so one thing about myself that I know is that I can really see past people's situations, and I've always been like this and didn't understand that as a social worker sometimes you need, well, all the time you need to be like this, is look past the face value of what someone is going through or is, and try to go deeper and to see if, like, what they've gone through and what causes them to be this way, and if they're wanting to continue to be in a toxic situation, what makes them want to continue to be in that toxic situation. Because I've learned that some people don't want to get out of situations or want to continue to be the way that they are because it's just become comfortable. And being able to understand that it's okay and you can walk through those things with people and not necessarily judge them because they don't know how to necessarily change yet.